Okay. Guess what? I had a really, really good day the other day or whatever. And I just want to tell you. Okay, so I was walking with my friend and I'm like, let's go out and be our full potential or whatever. And like we'll go to the cafeteria, a cafe, whatever. Get me green tea with peppermint flavors. Turns out they were closed, but there was this 2 other workers outside for another place close. And it was the chick, and we're just asking if it's going to open or why is it closed or whatever. Closed at that time. Oh no, I guess we're going to leave. But I was like, are you a Sagittarius? I was right about that. And then there's this other dude that was with her, and he was explaining there's another coffee shop down the street this way and that way, and it's the same one. And I'm like, really? Okay. And I'm like, what's your astrology sign? And I'm like, he's telling me to guess, and I'm like, you a Scorpio. I was right about that. And my friend with me walked away because they got AD because they're a Scorpio. And didn't hear. And I was like, did you hear what I said? I guessed them right. And then um uh and he's like, no. And then I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, well, what do you think that dude's astrology sign was? I guess she was a Sagittarius. You heard that one. And I was right, yay. And then he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you gotta guess. And then he's like, October, Scorpio. I'm like, wow, he is a Scorpio. He probably is October. And then but my friend's like November. And then and then after that, later on we went to church or something, to this one church place. That we were invited to. I'm sorry, I was very tired. And well, actually before that, we went to another coffee shop or whatever, and there was this chick there, and she was a Virgo, and I was like, do you have a son? And I was right. I mean, not a son, not a son, never mind, not a son, a little brother. I said, do you have a little brother? That's all I'm picking up on. I don't know. Maybe I'm psychic today. Woohoo. And then she's like, yeah, I have a little brother. I love him, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, good. Yay. I got that. And then after that, there's this one chick. It was a Cancer sign, right? And I'm like, do you have 2 daughters and the youngest one is your son? And she said that was right, right? And I'm like, that's cool. Maybe I'm psychic today or whatever. And then later on, she was like talking to somebody else beside her, which was a Libra, and she's like, "Oh, I get social anxiety, and I don't like people talking to me when they talk to me and stuff. I don't like no nonsense. La 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 la." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna ignore you." So I ignored her. And I'm thinking, you think that's not nonsense? I'm like, but part before that or whatever, I was like, yeah, I got you have 2 daughters and the youngest one is a son. And then I was like, I was right, but I'm like, have you ever seen spirits? She's like, I'm not even in, and I'm not really into astrology like that. I'm like, you mean you just don't want to be aware of astrology? You don't care about it, really? And then even if it's the truth, whatever. And then I was like, I was right about you having 2 daughters and the youngest one is a son, and you think that's nonsense or whatever. I don't even know. And so that's ridiculous. And there you go. That's how people are. And then so I got that right. I rejected. And but oh well, that was a really good day. Um Also, what else happened? Um um yeah. I was telling the preacher, oh, do you know anything about the four-faced cherubim? Blah 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 blah. He's like, you don't know, he hasn't heard about it. Another freaking poser. Every single where I go, blah 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 blah. dumb. And I'm just like, yeah, I do these psychic visions for people, blah blah blah. Not everyone, it doesn't work on everybody, but it does work. And I got recordings and stuff. I'm not just blobbing, lying, and ranting, lie. So I got witnesses, and then I'm like, and the chick just so happens to come to church that was talking about no nonsense, having her anxiety bullshit. Don't want to talk. Well, okay, fine. But the Cancer sign, boo, y'all fucking suck. If you act like that, like rejected my psychic visions or whatever. It wasn't much, but it was something I was right about. Woohoo. That she had 2 daughters and the youngest one is a son in my visions because I was around her. That's all you get is what I see. What I see is what you get. What I see is what I get. I can't choose and pick and choose what's around you, and that just so happens to be visible. It just shows up. Woohoo! It doesn't have to mean anything or be extra. It just is what it is at the time that it is, and then life goes on. No one has to give a crap, and usually no one does. And but I want to document it, so I'm talking about this bullshit. And so I was telling the dude about the 4-5 sharing, one of the preacher dudes or whatever, and he just gave me this dumb book that talks about what just some happy Mimi days of crap. Like I don't need that. What is that? But oh well, thanks. But I was like, yeah, I get visions, and I was telling you I see the 4-5 sharing, blah blah blah. Nothing about it, and I just said about the chick in front of us. I told her that she has 2 daughters and the youngest one was a son, and I was right. Woohoo! And you can ask her. Yeah, I'm gonna be upfront. I'm gonna be like impulsive and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna deny this anymore. This is so stupid. If other people are suck, fucking drain dumbasses. You know what I mean? I just rant like that, whatever. But so those are my confirmation, blah 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 blah. And those things happen. You just go up to people, say what you see, and guess their astrology sign. That's my favorite thing to do in the world. Yay. So I'm going to continue. And then I'll tell you the story if I don't get it recorded because I'm not bringing my recording laptop around everywhere with me. But I wish. Then you could see. And that's what's happening. You have a pretty cool. The sun can make things with his. I'm joking. Right? Well, it's everyone has this. Everyone has this. All they gotta do is practice. If you're not seeing spirits, you want to see spirits, or you're trying to see spirits. If you haven't seen spirits and you're not trying to see spirits, then you're not gonna see spirits. It's not gonna be fed to you at all. It's just gonna be annoying, and you're just gonna walk around with a fake belief in your head or no belief at all, and just ignore the spiritual realm. Ignore it all day. Being a good person. Nobody cares. You're not getting rewarded for that. You're not getting your senses heightened. Nothing is happening. No results if you don't try to practice. If you don't make a garden, you think about a garden all day, wishing it would grow, but there's no seeds there. You're not planting them. You got to go out there and work and get that garden, work on the freaking garden. You'll have a garden, and no one has to care or notice. Nobody has to care or notice that you're seeing all these entities, or you're trying to, and you finally get to sometimes. Wow. And that's what it is. I want to get back to that thing. Duh. And it's like stupid how the people I'm with, they can be my witness, and then they walk away and they don't care while I'm doing the psychic ability thing. Oh yeah. Before all that, we were walking still, me and the Scorpio. And the first dude that walked by, I was like, what's your astrology sign? And he couldn't speak English. I'm like, are you born in April? Are you like a Taurus or an Aries? And he's like, a Toro. And he was born in April. I was like, wow, that's awesome. That's so cool. Because the Scorpio dude, when we were at the coffee shop that was closed or whatever, and those 2 other workers, he walked away after I was guessing this girl was a Sagittarius, and I was trying to guess the guy sign. He's like, no, let's go. You don't have to talk to him. What a jerk. My friend. Acting like not a friend. Every time I go up to someone and ask them what their sign is and try to guess it, and I do guess it. Right, or I don't, or whatever, or I try to. He's all walking away with his ADD, Oh, what a great friend you are. Wow. But oh well, when we're together, it makes me psychic, I guess. I need a a, a Scorpio and a loser Cancer, and then our senses were being heightened or whatever because they're the water signs. Woohoo! Does that make any freaking sense? I don't know. It makes more sense when there's a Virgo rising around because I can see in their aura, their angelic bullshit aura, and it makes me psychic. Woo freaking who? And they don't have to care because they're gonna see me different anyways because I'm Pisces. Their seventh house, the shadow self, the self that you don't identify with. It's the side that you're like, ew, I don't like. I'm nothing like that. I only identify as my rising sign. Blah 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 blah. So that's that. What are some of your life goals and dreams? What are your fears? Everything's scary and stupid or not. I don't know. I don't know. And what are my dreams? I want to be in a psychic show and prove it and just do it for everybody one after another so I can access to people. I just want access to people so I can have access to all the spirits around you and prove Jesus exists and that we can communicate with them without having to pass away. Duh. So annoying. Like we could all just pay attention to the spiritual world while we're in the flesh and then we'll get things magically happen, like fun things that seem magical and then they fade and then the next day goes long and you're just on your regular everyday rejected life. Yay, it's a retard and rejected person that has experiences that no one has to care about because they don't. They're just wow, wow, wow. But at least it can happen and it has. La di da di da la da da. So that was just a really good day. So, and then I don't know. I don't know. Ugh, I feel really disgusting because they had coffee at this church and it made me really dehydrated, which I always like tell. I only like matcha green tea, yay! But yeah. And life goes on. Most people are comfortable staying asleep. Yeah, most people don't care at all. And I'm like, really? That's such a bummer. And it's so sad. Like the truth is like right here with you and around you. And you could tap in or you could listen to me tap in. and life will still go on. No one changes anybody. It just this experience you could have. Life goes on. Your life can still suck. And you can still be miserable. Even after encountering Jesus. Even during the encounter in the presence that's so heavenly of Jesus, you can still be super insecure and have this free will to be like miserable and wish that it was Santa Claus, but it's not, you know? And that's literally totally devastating, isn't it? Isn't it so horrible? I'll point at all the miserable things that there is, all the woes and sadness of everything, because I'm 10th house Pisces. Hello, and I'm Pisces. I know miserableness is, and it still exists. No matter how many entities you see or how your ego gets boosted for fun, because it's just a big freaking joke. The ego is a good tool, but it's a big freaking joke. And anybody can have these experiences and have more. They're just not doing it. They're just not doing it. And that's literally the downer of this stupidity, and ignorance, ignoring everything and choosing to ignore it and being proud to ignore it is so ridiculous. Like even when it's proven to be right and real, blah blah blah. Like, God. Ugh. So that's what I'm gonna deal with my whole life as a reject. Yay! At least I get to be psychic. I don't care about humiliating myself. I'm seeing entities beach. Hello, and I got to see Jesus, period. And life continues, 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 and doesn't change. And it doesn't change your insecurities forever and ever and ever. Or your dysmorphia, or your just the way you see horrible people every day, or notice how life sucks. Yay! And it doesn't suck because it's better than nothing. And it just doesn't it doesn't change. Just saying. And anyone can do this, no matter how lame you are, no matter how what a horrible douchebag person you are. you can actually tap into your senses. And that scares people because you're a psycho and you're evil, but you can still have a communication with God, and God gives you grace or some bullshit. And yay. And you can still see Jesus and angels and other people's loved ones and use that to your advantage or not, and take and vulnerable people and people it works on. And you can be terrible. And and you can sell it too and charge people like a greedy freaking jerk. Yay, when it's all should be free. This access to our souls and everything should be free. Duh. I'm begging to have access just to tell you about your soul that you're not looking at. Woohoo! Wow. You know what I mean? Isn't that so stupid and great? And I would do it for free because duh. Plus, it's the best experience ever. And it's like you don't have to like me. You don't have to do anything. You don't just be the guinea pig. That's it, right? That's it. So I can see in the spiritual world, and there you have it. Tell you what your loved ones that you so-called freaking miss, but you ignoring all time say, and all this crap. Where are they? Are the rejects? No. Yeah. So I'm just recording in my own soul all the experiences, and then I'm giving it to God or whatever you're supposed to, which you just give it to everybody. Your whole life is with you, and everyone can see it. It's like an episode of you, and we can all read each other because we're all one with each other. We have access to each other. We don't have to have permission, but like, if you we need permission for you to participate with just sitting there, just stand there and say yes or no, and don't lie to me if I'm telling you the truth, because I want to know the truth, nothing but the truth, and find out the truth. Because am I seeing visions or am I just hallucinating? Which one is it? That's the whole test with every single person from scratch. Am I psychic today? Well, it seems like it was working, and maybe I'll be psychic on you or not. And it was just I was on a roll, just little rights. So that's fun to document, and I don't want to ignore that because it might lead up to something. Maybe another spirit might come. Woohoo! It led up to that. That's all it led up to. Yeah, I got to see whatever's around you, your loved ones, or in your aura forever that you've in contact with, or whatever. It's an episode of you. Nothing extras around. Nothing. It's just your life, and you live it, and it can be shown to other person and be seen by other people, anybody, everybody, and then you're the gift for the seekers, because the seekers are looking for the truth, and there's the truth. Your episode of your bubble of energy and imprints of your life that's there to be seen. And that's it. That's all, folks. Yeah, that's it. Just walk around, be social, psychically, with your psychic mind on, and talk psychically, the language. Keep it alive. Be aware. Instead of, oh, I'm gonna just ignore it. Let's read the Bible. Ignore the spiritual world. That's the demon. Let's read this book. Cause the book, God talks me through the book. Cause I'm delusional. Yeah, that's exactly what everyone's doing with their bullshit. Like they think they have a study thing to do, and that gets no results. Those are written by humans, inspired by God. Okay, well anybody can write anything and say they were inspired by God, like the douchebags in the Bible, like writing about like, oh, they made love with the opposite sex, but they felt ashamed of it. Well, that was your experience. Lame on you. And then this is 2026, and this is like reality. This is the 70s, the 80s, the 60s, 50s, whatever. This is just people's different experiences. We're all one. There's and you're making up sin. You're making it all up. There's consequences to unhealthy things. There's consequences to doing bad things, or there's not, and you get away with it. It's still dumb and bad, or whatever. And that's just all that is. You're making up everything. People just make up shit. Oh well, I don't know. That's the story of that school of love. Blah 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 blah. I do everything for free, and I'm gonna record it. There you go. Harmless, just fun, just for fun. I just want to see Jesus through you just for fun. I mean, might as well just call it that, just for fun. Everything's fucking psychic. It's for fun, but it's for real, for real, for real. But it's still fun. And I guess it must well just be just for fun. Like, life goes the fuck on. And woohoo, just telling you the truth.